Okay guys, so what we've got here is the parts from Lake Monster Models. Now, we've probably all seen these before, well, most of us I guess, because this is, for all intents and purposes, the Don's Light and Magic pieces that we all knew and loved and a lot of us used. I used Don's Light and Magic parts before on one of my Excelsior builds, and they're fantastic. I never got around to getting these parts, which are for the 537 refit, for various reasons. I was never sure if I was ever going to build the kit and go that far with it, but I've decided to. Obviously, I missed the boat when he passed away, which is a tragic thing to happen to the community. Fortunately, Lake Monster Models have basically got hold of, as far as I know from emails with Cass, all of the molds, if not most of them, and they're sort of reworking them because from the email communications I've had, the stuff's been pretty rough shape. They're quite old. They've been used a lot. They've got some of the pieces on their website currently, and they're going to be offering more in the near future. They said they're also making some improvements. Now, I haven't got any of the original DLM parts for these particular kits to compare to, so I'm just going to go off what I know. But these look to be almost identical to the parts that were offered by Don, you know, over the past decade, 2 decades probably, maybe even more. I can't remember when he started. Let's have a look. First of all, we've got the basic 537 sort of upgrade kit. Now, as we all know, the 537 refit is a piece of trash. It's misshapen. It's got that horrible brickwork pattern unless you get the original smoothie kit. And it's just a nasty kit to work with and really difficult to make it look decent. But I'm going for it because, you know, I'm a glutton for punishment. And these pieces here really are going to go a long way to make it look so much better. I've just got to say, the way this is all packaged is really nice. It's really neat. It all came perfectly bubble wrapped in a mailer envelope. It came from the States and it arrived here in the UK within the space of 15 days. I ordered it end of March and I got it just a few days ago, and that's including the Easter holidays, you know, Brexit, coronavirus, everything that's going on. It just turned up on my doorstep within 2 weeks, which I think is fantastic. So let's have a look at these parts. We've got the window pieces. I'm not going to get them out of the bag right now in case they get scratched. We've got the replacement window pieces, and this includes the rec deck and whatever the other one is. I forget which one's which. You've got the rec deck and that one that's got just the circular pattern on it. And those would require me cutting out the back sections of the saucer here and here. And then there's the other inserts that replace those badly drilled ones that come with the kit. So there's those. The planetary sensor dome is beautiful, especially when you compare it to the original part. Let's get that out of this little baggie. So yeah, you've probably seen this comparison before, but wow, what a difference. Superb. And, you know, the flash on here is minimal. The mold lines, I'm not really seeing anything. There's going to be a little bit of cleanup work with any resin part, but really the detail on there is crisp and clear. Really, really nice. So there's that. The bridge, same as the same kind of thing. The one on the actual kit, you have to assemble the back, and the difference is night and day. The main thing that's different is the height of the actual bridge dome, which is ridiculous on the plastic kit. Go on, focus. There we go. So that's the correctly sized bridge dome. And there's the crazy big one, which is just like standing proud. You see that there's almost like a... Can't focus on it. There's a huge difference there. But again, casting on this is fantastic. Box of small pieces, bag rather. Photon torpedo in there is gorgeous. The plastic piece is just laughable. Also, that's phaser bits. That blue part is for the back of the shuttle bay. There's some little odds and ends here and there. We've got the deflector disc housing. That's going to need that bit cutting off, but that's no difficulty with the razor saw. There's a little cup for holding the LED for lighting the dish, which will just sit in there behind the actual deflector itself. So a nice little touch. I don't remember that being offered with the original kit. It may have been. What else? There's the dish itself, which is absolutely beautiful. Those lines are really nice. Great detail there. Absolutely fantastic casting. These, the intake grills, I suppose they're kind of like the Bassard collectors, aren't they? Going to need a little bit of work just down there, just to tidy that up. But again, compared to the original kit part, the sort of T-bar, or whatever you want to call it, is usually really off-centered, and the detail on this is tragic compared to that. Plus you've got the section for the clear blue lens, which is in that little baggie of bits just there. So most of these parts are fairly self-explanatory. It's not going to take a huge amount of work to get them to fit. It's mostly just cleanup. That's going to do that. The only thing that really needs modification just from this set of parts is cutting out the windows for the rec deck and whatever it is, which is those ones there, and the same on this side, which I've just noticed. It's the same circular pattern on that side as it is on that side, and that's the one that should be the 8. I think it's 8 square windows, 4 and then 4. The instructions that come with this are really nice as well. Fairly simple, but there's a really decent detailed breakdown of how to use the parts. Dorsal extension, that's just one of those small pieces. Breakdown of how to just prepare the parts. I mean, it's the kind of stuff we're all used to. Little beacon for the under the shuttle bay there, but it's well presented. Right, so that's the basic pack. I can't remember how much it was. These are really, I think they're quite inexpensive. The price may have increased compared to the DLM parts, but you know, we're talking a few years ago. Prices change. So this is the propulsion pack, and this is a combination of the nacelle sides, colour parts, the impulse engine, and the RCS thrusters. So I opted for the violet ones as per the motion picture, not because I'm building necessarily a motion picture version of the Enterprise, but just because I like to be different. It's a subtle difference. Wash your parts. Yes, wash them. Again, really beautiful casting. And I do think the colour comes through quite nicely. It's a subtle difference, but I do rather like it. And that's basically going to involve, as you've probably seen before, getting this part of the kit, cutting out this section and replacing it with, well, the other side, that one there. Shouldn't be too difficult. So there's that. We've got the impulse engine. Again, nicely packaged. Optional decals for your impulse engine. There's that. The crystal is actually a separate piece, so you can paint that separately and then mount that. Otherwise leave it clear and mount a blue LED underneath it, or amber, depending on what you want to do. One of the colour changing ones if you're really snazzy. With this, I already actually cut out the drive section from the shuttle from the saucer. I just very carefully scored it with an X-Acto blade, just round and round. It needs a bit of work, but I cut this before I'd received this, and without much work it's going to slot in there quite nicely. Really, really good. Detail on this again is fantastic. Yeah, just enough detail, just right. Nice casting, no bubbles or anything in there really. Oh, and I'd need to cut out the corresponding part of the impulse engine there as well, but you know, it's nothing difficult. The one bit that I can't remember seeing these on Don's old site, and this is the RCS thrusters. You have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think these are new. I'm not entirely sure. It's 8 pieces, all identical. Very simple little piece. Quite large for what it is. So there's that. So there'll be 4 for the top of the saucer and 4 for the bottom. So not only does it help with lighting, but also it helps you align the RCS thrusters, because you may or may not have noticed that when you've got your saucer together, which way around? That way around. So those thrusters, top and bottom, more or less line up, but the ones on this side, so that one at the top there, and the bottom one is there. So it goes there and there, which is no good. There should be one under the other. So on the saucer top, it's going to be fairly easy. You just cut these out, and then where's he gone? And then he's just going to sort of sit underneath. Yeah, he's going to sit on and replace that, and then you can use the appropriate masking to light it. And this little sort of guide tab, I think, is just to show where an LED should be placed. It's going to be a little bit more of a conundrum to attach them to the bottom saucer, because of course there's this wall here. So what I'm wondering is if I can just cut out the original thruster and sort of pop this section in from behind, rather than cut away this entire piece and then replace it. I could cut it out carefully, put it back into place, and then putty the seams. Obviously with the ones on this side, these will get located back more to about there, more or less. So yeah, so that's all those pieces there. Again, fantastic service from Cass at Late Monster Models. I came across them kind of by chance. I was watching other people's YouTube channels, and I think the first time I heard it being mentioned, it may have been on Facebook, but I'm pretty sure it was a channel, and I've forgotten the guy's name. The channel is called Modelling from the Ensign's Chair, or is it Ensign's Desk? Ensign's Chair. He's currently building, and has been for a while, the 537, but the original smooth kit. Simultaneously, he's doing the 350 TOS Enterprise, and the work he's doing is fantastic. He's taking his time and making a really good job of both. But he's been using these parts and comparing them to Green Strawberry and Shapeways and whatever. But I'm pretty sure it's through that I found out about these, and I reached out and got these pretty quick and have had great communication, so I highly recommend that. And also it's bringing back that classic DLM stuff that we all love. So that's those. My Enterprise, I can now carry on. I need to start doing this, cutting this stuff out, adjusting the saucer. I'm at the point where really I just need to get on and do more. I've done about as much of this filling and sanding as I want to do, because it's starting to drive me insane. I can go further with the finer grit sandpaper, but by the time this has had another coat of primer and then a few base colours of paint, this is really going to disappear. So I'm happy with it where it stands. So that's that, and I'll see you on HobbyLink International or Facebook or wherever else you may be. So have a good afternoon.